Alright, we're back in the police station. We're here to check out a body. Can't remember the guy's name, but it was, you know, the flower area. You probably just got done watching the last video. That was last night for me, so. Alright. To Mr. F. Wayne, Director of Wayne & Sons Printing Company. My friend, your posters for the great exhibit at Kew Gardens. Ah, you know what? You guys read it. Sorry. I'm in such a bad mood today for some reason.
A beautiful feather pen of a good make.
It's not your guys' fault, it's mine.
A membership card for the London Crest Club.
I know where we're going next.
This watch is of great value.
Take it. Oh yeah, we have no suspects yet. Might have just been a heart attack, who knows? That would be cool if they did it like that. What the?
First of all, let us carry out an external examination. There are no suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination so that we can proceed with the autopsy. No redness, stings, or bruises. The vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal. There is an injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse. The air from the lungs carries a faint floral aroma.
Indeed.
Nothing suspicious here. Now, let us examine the internal organs.
Say what? I'm sorry. Looks like a bunch of Play-Doh. Looks like something my kids would play with.
The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs. The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs.
Sorry. I don't know why this is so funny to me.
The lungs are congested and edematous. The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant. The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs. The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering from an alcohol addiction. The stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs. There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death. My suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning, plant poisoning to be more exact.
You mean...
Yes, it is murder.
We should inform Lestrade.
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No. We also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No. A few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes, Watson, it is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building. I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about Montague Dunn.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
Ah. Finally, our first real clue. I thought we had more than that. Or did it like start over? Huh. Let's go talk to Lestrade.
Locked.
Oh, it's not there.
Locked.
Everything's locked. Find the plant that was used to kill him and spread to your garden staff building. Find out. Oh, who killed him, really? Find the stolen plants. Still? Well, I guess it could have something to do with it. On to the buggy ride. I'm on the edge of my seat right now. Jeez, that's bad. Really? Finally.
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression, a great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say? He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That and...
And?
He had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
Oh my gosh, he was a straight male.
Mr. Hamish, can you tell us who holds the keys to the locked greenhouses?
That would be Albert, Mr. Dunn's son. Yes, Albert keeps all the keys, and one can only imagine why.
What do you mean?
Well, he was never interested in Kew Gardens before, and now all of a sudden he's trying to act as if he owns the place. I think he wants to take over the management here. He'd do better to leave that to me. He has no experience. No, none at all.
What is your opinion of Albert as a student of botany?
He's useless. I often tell him so, and I can only give him cleaning tasks. Botany is not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was?
Oh, yes. He forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
Are you able to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him. asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave. Everybody was making fun of poor Albert. That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who is such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
You mentioned a Miss White. Would you tell us more about her?
She is a student who works here part-time. She is quite charming indeed. She possesses a great talent for botany. You should take a look at some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory. Ah, if only she were not so naive.
Why naive?
The way she used to flutter around Mr. Montague Dunn. And why, he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game? I can only scratch my head and wonder.
Tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation. Locked.
What? Why is it locked?
Locked.
You're kidding me. I thought we were going to go through the staff. Oh boy. There he is.
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah, at the moment I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path, and I have to manage Kew Gardens, and I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the deputy director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed? Well, that is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
I guess, oh, I was gonna say, well, it's a murder case, so no, I do need to see it, but technically no one knows it's a murder yet. You don't want to warn anybody.
These trees with their roots in water.
Ah, yes.
Oh, I thought it was here. There she is.
Look, Holmes, this charming lady must be Miss White. She's entering the seed house.
Resisting to make joke.
Open.
Did you really say open? Let's get some fresh air. Or not. Thanks, Watson. Wherever you are.
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you, too. But...
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
She knows too much. Huh. Where's the next one? Come on. This is weird. Why can't I find it? Oh. Huh. What the heck? Are you kidding me? Well, this is the longest one I've ever done. I thought for sure it'd be like the belt buckle or something, but it has to be her now. Since this is so ridiculous. She has a big butt, so she cannot lie. Oh, there we go.
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh, yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
I don't believe her.
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic, and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
That's understandable. Not right, but I guess I could see why he was like that towards his son.
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
Oh. No, I'm not gonna say it. So let's see. Let's look around.
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the colonial collection room. These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used. A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants. Materials for college study. They belong to Albert. This place serves as Albert's office.
Maybe Albert wanted to be a sailor. Garr. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything. Oh. Why, thank you. Oh, that's right. Albert gave me the keys. Good on him.
The seeds of plant species are stored here.
What the heck, Watson? Seriously? That's not the time to goof around. Uh-oh.
I am curious if the marble that we found will... Here it is. The marble fragment that we found in the colonial collection room is what they have in common.
Yeah. 'Cause they use it to smash him in the head with it.
It is a bust of Montague Dunn.
Oh, the irony.
A glasses case. It is empty. A thesis written by Martin Hamish. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office.
That's it, huh?
We can see the interior of the colonial collection room from this window. We can see the interior of the... This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens. This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition. These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
What kind of plants are they? Is that it? Looks like it.
Locked.
No, it's not. Liar.
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
Gold dust? Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
Maybe murder?
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. Several drops of the bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
Oh, Toby?
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
He's right. Check out ASAP Science. They did something on that. It's pretty interesting.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
Evidence required.
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
Oh, touche, Watson. You cheeky bastard.
It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here.
Didn't we find some burning outside? Oh, no. I mean, yeah, we did, but...
Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals. A botany book. This student's book belongs to Albert. Chemicals, a sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
Whoa. Almost lost my head there.
Locked. It does not matter. We will open it.
What does that mean? Oh, one of these again. Oh, it's a new symbol. Interesting, I think. This one sucks. What's up with the white arrows? I'm having a real hard time with this one. Oh, you know what? There we go. I'm an idiot. Oh my gosh. Oh, I am so sorry, guys, that you just had to watch that. No. Oops, sorry. There we go. Oh my gosh, I feel so stupid. Damn it there.
Open.
The white arrows, I mean, come on. Seriously, Tony? Bro, when I looked at you, I was like, what do these white arrows mean? It means you're
Miss
an idiot.
White's locker. Apparently, Miss White is a capable student. A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
Dear mother and father, I write this letter. Reluctant to ask you for your help. My studies and my housing costs are proving to be more expensive than I anticipated. I fear, therefore, that I may not be able to manage long term. Screens of the past, but you be so heartless as to allow your daughter to fail her studies due to lack of money. Whoa.
These jewels must be worth a small fortune. A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
As you fly, we were surprised to see your letter. How could you think to ask us for money after all these years and have passed since you left? Without any thought of us, you have never shared with us any detail of your success at the university, but you choose to do so now. We suppose you must be ashamed of us, for we are not from the same high class as your new friends. Yes, we are honest people, but you should learn to put your family first, as we at home have always done, and none of us ever compromise the reputation as it appears you have already with your employer, Mr. Dunn. No, Margaret, it is you who make us feel ashamed. Interesting. Dear Margaret, oh, I know how your financial problems are overwhelming you at this present time. Please let me reassure you that I cannot permit you to remain such a dilemma. As one of a wealthy family, I would consider it an honor if you would accept my help. Aww. Oh, Albert, the hero. And I bet he wants nothing in return.
Martin Hamish's locker. Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting.
Ooh, that is interesting. Secretary, recent events unfolding at Kew Gardens obliged me to renew my application for the management position. As I have stated already in my previous letters, I believe that no one is better suited for the post. While Mr. NukemDukem was alive, I understood your reservation to my suggestion. Your reasons were political, and so I was happy to comply. But now that Q guards lie in disorder, how can I stand by and allow it? How can I leave them in the hands of an inexperienced people with no motivation? I must urge you to cast your decision as a matter of urgency, so that I may devote myself entirely to the noble task ahead and free my mind of this uncertainty.
Father and I, Kew Gardens. A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces.
Why would he have that guy's photo? Watson is just over there creeping me out.
Albert's locker.
He wanted to be a sailor.
A picture of Miss White and Albert in front of the University of London.
And they seem to get along.
Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea.
Oh,
A
refusal.
rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Oh, bummer. Senator, actually, we are able to invite you into the world, and your father has expressed his intentions to entrust you to the dictatorship. Oh. That sucks. That's a true shame. Okay, so we need to get Toby. I want to get Toby before I talk to any more people. That way he can sniff out his stuff. But we also need to end the video. And this it's really annoying. You don't think too much of it because it isn't lagging during the game, but it's still annoying. I don't like it. Alright guys, hope to see you in the next one as we take Toby out for some sniffing. Have a good one.